So, at what age, confirm to me,
Yeah.
at what age does one in Ghana, do you have the legal capacity to consent to sexual intimacy? It's 16.
16 years, yes.
Okay. So what it means is that at 16,
Yes.
you have the legal capacity
Yes.
to say, yes, let's have sex,
Yes.
whether maritally or not.
Yes.
But at 16, you cannot marry.
Yes, you can marry. Yes, as far as this country is concerned.
Yes, as far as Ghana is concerned. We
Yes,
don't know what
yes.
happens in sub-Saharan, other sub-Saharan Africa.
Yes.
But what we do know is that 18 is standard.
Yes.
It doesn't matter where you are, 18, you're allowed to marry.
You're allowed to marry. Yes.
So how then did we say that at 16,
Yeah.
you can consent
Yes.
to sexual intercourse,
Okay.
but you cannot marry?
Okay. So,
What was the thinking?
so this one is not really law.
Because you see, there are some people
Yes.
who feel that the gap
Yes.
between the legal
Yes.
consent
Yes.
to have sex
Yes.
and marriage
Yes.
age
Yes.
is what sometimes accounts for some of the things that you're saying.
Yeah, there is a debate.
So that girl
Yes.
who was in that
Yes.
compromising position with
Yes.
the assistant headmaster,
Yes. Yes.
perhaps
Yes.
if she was 16
Yes.
and our laws allow it, she probably would have married him, and then wouldn't have.
There will still be a problem because of the ethical, because of that particular relationship of trust that they have. There will still be a problem.
Oh, okay,
at
yeah,
that
because
particular-
his assistant headmaster.
So even though
is
the
a
law
student.
might not kick in, but GES may still have.
Right, I get it.
Yes.
I get
But the question asks why 16 you can consent to have sex, but you cannot marry until you are 18. I think the search for the answers is not in the constitution or the law.
Right.
This is it's a philosophical question.
Right.
The philosophy behind it. And so let's take a trip to philosophy and see how strong our philosophy. So we said that the word consent is an expression of your autonomy.
Okay.
The autonomy is the ability of the individual to decide what happens to me.
Right.
And once that autonomy is expressed in a form of consent, it absolves the other person from whatever responsibility they may have.
Okay.
So in law, I don't want to mention the Latin one to
Okay.
confuse people. So in law, they have a terminology which said, a volunteer have no complaint.
Okay.
So once you volunteer to do something, you do not have complaint against the person that you are complaining against. So if you say touch me, or it's okay for you to touch me, you can no longer come to complain why you touch me. So we assume that children generally, even though they have autonomy, they may not know the risk involved in either saying yes or not in giving that consent. So there is a need for us to protect people. So the word consent, the common law had always maintained that an adult is 21 years. Statute law comes to modify it to 18 years. Then 16 years is where we take steps to really protect people we think they may not be able to appreciate the risk. So in England, for example, you can actually marry at 16. Likewise, you can have consent to have sex at 16. But with 16, if you are under 18, you want to marry, then there has to also be parental consent, not the individual consent. But after 18, you may go. So here, we say consent is a decision specific.
Okay.
So we think that marriage is it's a very big decision to make.
Right.
And at 16 years, should you actually be making this massive decision? Are you able to go through the ramifications, the pros and cons, and analyze them very well? So at some point, because of this ramification, the law has to take a decision. And this here is more a protective decision to say that even though 16, I'm not sure why the law take that position that sex is not a major decision that you probably need more protection. But here, when it comes to marriage, the law thinks that this is a major life-changing decision.
Okay.
A decision that will last for the lifetime of your life. Let's take a position. And the position is that you have to be 18 before you take it. Some countries, consent to medical treatment, I think is actually 12. If your family even refuse, and the child knows this treatment is really necessary, there's a risk if I don't take them, I'll die. The child, even though the parent might not consent for that treatment, doctors will ignore the parent consent, and at the age of 12, they will still treat that particular child. So here, consent is a decision specific, and it depends on the nature of that decision. In some countries, you can even go to the army at the age of 16,
Right.
but you cannot marry. But look at how dangerous it is. Because going to the army, especially you are likely to be a soldier, not an officer. Clearly, I mean, the army officer understand the difference between an army and an officer.
Yeah.
It has created a problem in the case law. So while you consent to go into the army at 16, meaning you can potentially die in fighting.
Right.
And yet the same officer might not be able to get married. So they are decision specific, and we can find answers more in philosophy as to why some decision people should not be allowed to take them.
But Ishak,
Yes.
I get where you're coming from when it comes to say there are philosophical underpinnings to this. But
Yes.
if I meet a young lady who is 16,
Yes.
or if I meet a young lady who is 15,
Yes.
and I have an affair with her,
Yes.
I'll be arrested.
No, if they are 15 or 16.
15, 1-5.
Yeah, 15, that would be pedophilia.
Thank
yes.
you.
Yes.
I'll be arrested.
Yes.
Why would I be arrested? Because
Yes.
I've broken the law.
Yes.
Right?
We think they can't make that decision. Their consent at that point is not valid.
Thank you.
The law will not recognize that
So
consent.
I am citing these examples to
Yes.
buttress the point that I think that is more of a matter of law. So 15, below 16,
Yes.
I could be arrested. I
Yes.
will be arrested. Not even I could. I will be arrested.
Yes.
That's if somebody reports me.
Yes.
Right? But if the person is 16,
Yes.
I'm free.
Okay.
Because she has the legal capacity to decide, apparently,
Yes, 16,
that
yes.
she wants to have an affair with me.
As long as it's consenting.
Exactly.
No compulsion.
And there
There's
are no even
consent.
power dynamics matter.
Yes.
For like in the case of the assistant headmaster.
Yes,
and her.
yes,
Now, at 18,
yes,
any girl below the age of 18
yes,
who gets married would have constituted a violation of her rights.
yes. That would be unlawful.
So that's also law.
Yes, yes.
So I don't know why you want to focus more on the philosophical side of things and not necessarily the law, because it's the law.
No, that's
deciding all
I
of this.
mean, you asked me why those variations.
Oh, the variations.
And I
Okay,
said
okay,
it is
okay,
a philosophy that informed the making of
Okay,
the law. There's a
right.
reason behind making that law. And
Okay.
I've just speculated.
Right.
I've not read the act that says it's okay to marry 18
Right.
and 16 is this. But the philosophy behind it is that the consent is a decision specific.
Right.
The magnitude of that decision, the more the law is likely to protect you. The law is likely to be somebody. So we want people who have an informed decision, an informed consent.
And the assumption is that
Yes.
at 16,
Yes.
you will be able to make that informed decision.
I think so. I think most countries, age of consent is 16 to 6. It's 16. Most countries. And some countries, like the Asian countries, it can be 13, it can be 14. But most common law countries is 16.
Is this founded on some kind of empirical evidence or is anecdotal?
I think it's more philosophy that you appreciate what you're doing. We just want you to appreciate what you're doing.
Right.
The quality of that decision.
So at 16, the person is
look at.
more aware,
Yes, yes. We believe there is
but
enough
not aware
information
enough
to get
to
married.
get married.
Yes,
To consent
because
to
of the
marriage.
nature of marriage, it's a massive decision to make.
Okay.
That I want to spend the rest of my life with honorable. That's a a lady making that decision.
Yes.
That's a massive decision to make. So the law
And
would
at
probably
16,
say
you can't make that decision.
that is a presumption of the law. I think 16 marrying at 16 is really problematic. I have a daughter who is 15 years. To tell me such a person can marry in 1 year's time is just abnormal, because I still see how some of the decisions she makes, they're just terrible. Do you understand that?
So childish, yeah.
You see that? So to say such a person can make a choice and say this is the right person,
No, it's not.
such a person can even make a decision to marry you because your
No.
iPhone is shining.
Moro,
Yeah,
let me chip in this.
Oh,
Let me
you have
chip-
a particular accent.
Yes, yes,
Let me
yes,
chip in this about this 16,
18 matter.
this 16, 18 matter, especially the 16 matter. I've heard another lawyer,
Okay.
by his explanation,
Right.
also said that you can have sex with a 16-year-old girl,
Yes.
but on condition that is in her parents' house.
Oh, how?
That's what the person also said. That means that with the consent of
The
her parents.
Really?
Yes, that is what another lawyer also explained it. Because
Ishak, you haven't read. Is it in the Children's Act?
That one.
somebody,
Oh, it's
a lawyer on a platform,
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
a show,
Yes.
radio show, also explained what
That-
this 16 thing that you are talking about.
Yes.
What was the explanation?
The explanation that he tries to give was that you can have sex with a female child at 16
Yes.
Yeah.
with the consent of the parents. That is like if that sexual activity takes place
In the
under the
parents-
care of the parents are aware. What the explanation he gave was that it is the parent that should be able to probably.
I think
take
the lawyer
decision.
was misleading.
Yes, I know.
Sex
I'm
is-
just
sex
trying
is a
to.
decision. The consent to sex is a decision specific.
I understand.
Do you understand
Specific
that?
to who?
No, when we
is
say
it to
a
the-
decision specific, so
Okay.
for example, there used to be this claim that there can never be marital rape. Because the assumption was that the day that you are getting married, consent was given at that point.
Yes.
So a woman cannot just go and complain, last night my husband forced me. They'll say that the day that you got married, you consented. Do you understand that?
But it's an interesting debate, but that's not what.
So
that's not
we
the
say
focus
that
of
that
the
is
conversation.
no more good law. So because the decision to have sex or not is a decision specific. The fact that the parent is aware the girl is always with you does not mean they have consented to sex taking
No,
place.
that's not what he said.
No, I understand that. But how do parents consent that, okay, you can have sex?
Yeah,
Do
because
you
of
have
her
the
age.
discussion?
Because of her age.
So this lawyer's argument is that, and I hope I'm getting it correctly. This lawyer's argument is that the only person who can make an informed decision as to whether the girl
16-year-old
child is
girl.
ready to have sex with is the parents.
is a parent.
So for as long as the parents are aware that this man is having sex with this 16-year-old, then that's fine.
Yeah, the
You've-
parents, the
you've not
parents,
broken any
the
law.
parents give the consent because
on behalf
according
for
to
and on behalf
according
of
to
the
that
child.
lawyer, the consent, the child can say no. If the child agrees with you,
Okay.
gives you the consent, 16-year-old girl, and you have sex with the child, and the child develop problems, and
Yes.
the parents try to find out, they take her to the hospital, and it reveals that it's out of sexual intercourse. Then they come, who did it? Then they report you. Then they come to ask you, and the child says, no, I didn't agree. Who will defend you? So I think basically it's an impossible. It is just to say that it is not possible. Like people should not even try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is what he was trying to explain.
Yeah.
Because why will a parent give consent for your 16-year-old daughter for someone to have sex with her?
But why would the parent actually give consent? Because
That's the point.
that's why I said to you that the decision to have sex is a decision. Consent to have sex is a decision specific.
I know.
Meaning that the autonomy, only the individual can give the consent, not somebody giving it on their behalf. The child has an autonomous life different from the parent.
Well,
But there are also parents.
Yes. But that is not our law. The law, you can't say that you had a consent from the parents. That is not the law.
Really?
Yes, you are
No,
risking.
hold
The
on.
people doing that are risking serious term in prison.
But you see,
Yes.
it's this type of legal argument is a little problematic.
How?
Right? Because you just sat here and
Yes.
told us that at 16, the law gives you the right to consent to sex.
The individual, yes.
Now, if I don't know who this lawyer is, but the lawyer, by this argument, is now suggesting that that right you have been given
Yes.
to consent to sex is grounded or is conditioned on your parents saying yes.
yes.
So it means that the law gives you the right, but I can also take the right. Your parents can take the right away from you. That's
And why
that's in
can
essence
the
what
parents
what
take the
argument
right
is.
away from you?
Yeah, because if what he's saying is anything to go by, which is to say that it is only the parents who can consent to it. If the parents don't say yes, go ahead and have sex with our daughter, then we should
No,
go
that's
with the
not
law.
what I'm saying.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about what
He's talking about
Clerk is saying.
what the lawyer.
And I said the
well,
lawyer
that's-
was clearly wrong.
No, I
That's
get
not
it.
the Ghanaian law.
I'm trying to interrogate
Okay.
that argument.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah,
I'm trying to
yes.
do. You know, so it's like the law gives you, but also the parents can take.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's for me, it doesn't sit well. But,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
more importantly, we also do know there are some parents who have their own ill motive.
Yes.
I mean, if there's some rich man who is taking care of some, excuse my language, so a poor family,
Yes.
gives them a lot of money, gives them all kinds of things, I mean, that parent, what kind of informed decision can they make? I mean,
Yes.
the decision will not be based on economics, bread and butter. You're giving me money, so go and do whatever you want to do with my daughter.
Yes.
So that makes it even, even more
Yes.
problematic
Yes.
where this lawyer is coming from. But I'm still saying that there are 16-year-olds who are very mature. I mean, they don't sound 16.
Yes.
So, I mean, when somebody says that at 16 you can have sex, but I just think that we should standardize it. It's 18 permission to have sex, 18 permission to get married.
Okay, we can do that, but you see,
think
we
that's
don't want to do that to the extent that we can also infringe on the right of the individual. As you have just said, some 16 can be very mature.
Yeah, but we can take some rights away from some people
Okay.
if we believe that the reasons
You
for taking the rights away
can't
from
do
the
that. It
person
will
makes
breach
sense.
the rule of law principles. Law need to be
But
general. They are not
no,
specific.
but we are the same people who say until you're 18 you can't get married.
Yes.
So if I'm 17
Yes.
and I say I have the right to get married, it doesn't matter what the law says, then there's a problem. Do you get the point I'm making? Somebody can say I'm 17, I'm very ready.
Yes.
I'm mature enough to get married.
Yes.
If you go to especially rural areas, you see 15, 16-year-old,
Yes.
and they look, you know what I mean? So she says, I want to get married.
But sometimes the law take protective way. So the law will take a protective position.
Hey, look at this. Age of sexual consent around the world.
Yes.
Look at this. In California, it's 18.
Okay.
Argentina is 13 years.
Yes.
There's
That's
even
why I
12.
said some countries is lower.
What?
There's even 12.
In Uruguay, it's 13 years.
Yes.
Brazil, 15. Australia,
Yes.
16.
Yeah.
I'm told, except for some parts of Australia, there's a place called Tasmania and South Australia where it is 17. So there's some variation
Yes.
there. Now, in Philippines, it's 12 years old.
Yes.
In Japan, 13 years old. In the UK, it's 16, which is just like us, right?
Yes.
I'm sure we model.
UK, you can marry at 16,
You can marry at 16.
but with parental consent. Or not
Oh,
only
so
your
that's, where,
consent.
so that's where this lawyer is coming
No,
from. Oh, not
UK
Ghana.
is through consent.
Okay.
Your consent and parental consent.
The child's consent first.
Yes, and the parental consent.
But which
But then, when you
which
get
is
to-
weightier?
Which one?
Which is
both
weightier?
both of them is needed before you can get married. Parent must consent. But once you get to 18, you don't need parental consent anymore.
You're on your own.
You can marry without a parental consent. So it's also a kind of protective mechanism put in place there. Yes.
Wow. I'm just saying that look, if you are 16 and you are allowed to have sex,
Yes.
because see when they get to 16, they can't wait till they're 18.
No, Imora, I'm not sure you are not following me.
No, I follow what you're saying. I'm not saying what you're saying
I
is
tried
wrong.
to explain to you the philosophical reason
No,
behind
you
it.
don't get
That.
it. You don't- I'm not saying you're wrong.
Okay.
But I'm just trying to challenge. I mean, that's what
Yeah.
academics
Lawyer,
do.
let me ask you.
You
You
challenge
talk of, you
theories,
keep
you
on talking
challenge
about
hypo-
philosophical reasoning.
Yeah.
Is it the law?
That informs the law.
Yes,
Lawmaking is informed by
I know.
our morality
I know.
and the philosophy.
Okay.
That justifies the law. So you use that to justify why it should be
It
18.
should be 18 or
Eh,
16.
So almost most of the laws is grounded on philosophy.
Okay.